With the demand of new types of buildings, prefabricated building has become a new trend due to its flexibility, diversity, and environmental protection. Being in line with the vigorous development of prefabricated buildings, Donyue has served more than 800 high-standard and intelligent AAC production lines in the world. Production process introduction of AAC lines. First, slurry preparation section. The sand will be transported to ball mill for grinding to be slurry by belt conveyor. The slurry will go into the adjusting pond through the discharge device and pumped to storage tank for batching process. Second, dry powder preparation section. Lime lump will be crushed and milled to be powdered by jaw crusher and ball mill. Then transported to the silo for storage and batching by pneumatic conveying equipment. The whole process will be carried out in a closed room and equipped with dust collectors. Third, steel cage preparation section. The coil steel bars are straightened and is welded to mesh and cage for storage. The steel rod adopts overall wax coating process, which maintains environmental and saves time. The steel cage frame is overall anti-corrosion after assembly. And then transferred to the drying room for drying. 4. Batching and mixing section. The fine slurry, waste slurry, and gypsum slurry pass through the metering scale respectively. Lime and cement are delivered to the metering scale through screw conveyor respectively. After being accurately weighed and measured, slurry, powder, and aluminum are sequentially added to the high-speed pouring mixer to get mixed and stirred. The mixed material is poured into the mold box through the discharge mouth, and the large bubbles are removed by machine. The batching process is controlled by the automatic formula system, improving the accuracy of the formula. 5. Steel cage insertion. Pulling and curing section. The port mold box is transferred to the steel cage inserting location precisely by a mechanical positioning device. The steel cage frame is placed on the mold box and transferred to the high-speed ferry car and transferred to the curing room. Curing ferry car would take the mold box from the curing room and transport it to the steel cage pulling out location. The steel cage pulling crane will take out the frame and steel rod from mold box and put them on the circulation frame for later process. 6. Flip and cut section. Mold box will be transferred to the demolding crane location and then be accurately positioned onto the number 1 cutting curve after turning 90 degrees. The molding crane adopts rack and pinion driving mode, which makes the running more stable. After demolding, mold box will be reclosed and placed on the walking track. The empty mold box continues to participate in pouring process after being brushed oil. The number 1 cutting card takes cake for profile cutting to scrape both sides waste and mill grooves firstly. The profile cutting machine realizes non-stop switching groove milling tools, which improves the efficiency of the equipment. The green cake travels to horizontal cutting machine, which is equipped with 13 sets of columns. The design of multi-column and large span will avoid the phenomenon of sediment, cracks, and edge collapse during thin panel cutting. The cake walks to the vertical cutting machine. The swing cutting unit is fixed mode, reducing the damage of the cakes. Vertical cutting machine adopts frame pendulum structure, reducing the drift probability and breakage of cutting wire. The transmission components of the whole machine are equipped with Swedish SKF bearings to ensure the stability and service life of the equipment. Number 2 cutting cart will replace number 1 cart to improve the cutting efficiency. Top waste will be removed by vacuum suction cover, and the debris on cake surface will be cleaned by air sweeping device. All waste materials in cutting process will be gathered into a closed waste slurry pond and stored for later use. 7. Bottom waste removal and grouping section. After cutting, the green cake and side plate will be transported to the tilting table for removing bottom waste via grouping crane by turning 90 degrees and then cleaned by waste edge cleaner. After bottom waste is removed, the cake will be loaded onto the steam trolley. 3 cakes complete 1 steam trolley waiting to enter the autoclave. 8. Autoclaving section. The steam trolley will be pulled into the autoclave by the dragging machine. Autoclaving process includes 4 steps: vacuumizing, pressurizing, constant pressure, and depressurizing. The steam distribution process can adopt automatic system to ensure the stability of steam curing. 9. Out of autoclave and packing section. Exhaust the steam and reduce the pressure firstly after autoclaving. Meanwhile, all steam trolleys will be pulled out of autoclave together by dragging device and move on to ferry car after automatic disengaging, and then transferred to the finished product crane area. The single product cake will be transported to the return track of side plate by crane and moved to separating machine position. Separating process adopts frame fixed mode. The cake will be lifted by hydraulic lifting platform. The hydraulic synchronous motor is used to ensure the synchronization of the separate action. The guide pillar and sleeve structure are used for improving the separating accuracy and efficiency. After separating, panel will be moved to the panel conveying chain for packaging by clamping crane. Blocks will be clamped to the double cake stacking chain, then be transferred to the pallet by rotating crane. Pallets can be automatically distributed by the pallet station. Block product will be packed by automatic machine. The side plate will go through the return track and get cleaned by cleaning machine device. And dust collector is used to protect surrounding environment. The cleaned side plates can be stored by crane or directly involved in the next mode closing process. The packed blocks and panels will be loaded to the yard by forklift. The grouping or clamping crane are driven by rack and pinion and designed with encoder for positioning. An hydraulic lifting method is used for ensure the stability and positioning accuracy of the equipment. As a new building material with superior performance, AAC products will be widely used and have a broad market prospect. It will show great potential in boosting the world's construction industry intelligence and information development. Donyue has taken a solid step on the road of leading the development of the prefabricated construction industry with spirit and strength like Taishan. Donyue, as a leader in AAC market, would take the responsibility to promote the building and construction transformation from traditional industries to a new format.